this is gonna be my first of the 3 videos I'm gonna make on feminism. Now, this video is about a guy named Joseph Regal, who basically made a new internet law. Let's take a look. The law is called Anita's Irony. It is based on the PyCon 2013 forking and dongles incident and the feminist frequency Kickstarter backlash. And it reads, online discussion of sexism or misogyny quickly results in disappropriate displays of sexism and misogyny. Now, I have to say that is total, complete crap. Why? Because just because somebody talks about sexism or misogyny doesn't mean that the person is going to receive sexism or misogyny. The reason that these feminists are hated is not the fact that they talk about misogyny or sexism. It's the fact that they think they know what they're talking about. They think they know what is sexist or what's misogynist. They get to define on what's sexist and what's misogynistic. Don't believe me? Okay. Well, let's start with Anita Sarkeesian's video on damsel in distress. Here's a small clip from her video.
One way to think about damsel characters is via what's called the subject-object dichotomy. In the simplest terms, subjects act, and objects are acted upon. The subject is the protagonist, the one who the story is centered on, and the one doing most of the action. In video games, this is almost always the main playable character, and the one from whose perspective most of the story is seen. So the damsel trope typically makes men the subject of narratives, while relegating women to the role of object. This is a form of objectification because as objects, damseled women are being acted upon, most often becoming or reduced to a prize to be won, a treasure to be found, or a goal to be achieved. The brief intro sequence accompanying many classic arcade games tends to reinforce the framing of women as a possession that's been stolen from the protagonist. The hero's fight to retrieve his stolen property then provides the lazy justification for the actual gameplay. At its heart, the damsel trope is not really about women at all. She simply becomes the central object in a competition between men, at least in its traditional incarnations. I've heard it said that in the game of patriarchy, women are not the opposing team, they are the ball. So for example, we can think of the Super Mario franchise as a grand game being played between Mario and Bowser, and Princess Peach's role is essentially that of the ball. Mario! The two men are tossing her back and forth over the course of the main series, each trying to keep and take possession of the damsel ball.
Okay, first of all, there are some damsel in distress that are very, very, very important to the main character, and then there are some damsel in distress that are very, very important to a certain city, or a certain kingdom, or the planet itself. If the princess gets captured, or a very important female gets captured, then a certain city or a certain kingdom or the entire world go crumbling down into ashes, into chaos, into nothingness. Now, what if the President of the United States was a female and she gets captured by a supervillain and some guy happens to rescue her because, he's the only available guy to take out an army? You think the President of the United States is nothing more but a sexual object? No. She is a very important icon. Without the President, things will be in chaos. They will have to find another president. Things wouldn't be in order. Don't you get it? So what the feminist frequency is saying, if you're a female getting captured by a bad guy, then you're not human, you are an object. Not only is she wrong, she is spitting in the face and taking the shit on top of every gamer out there in existence. You wanna know what's the best part? You wanna know what's the best part? The best part is you don't get to oppose her. That's right, she cannot be challenged for some odd reason. She has disabled the ratings and the comments. And it's not the reason that you think. You might say, oh, you know, she's being harassed, so she doesn't want to receive any of the negatives and blah, 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 blah. No! The reason that she disables the ratings and comments is because she doesn't want to deal with the opposition. The idea of a feminist facing opposition would crush her body into mush. Yes, it's true that there's a lot of hateful trolls out there on the internet, but guess what? Silencing everyone won't do much good. You're basically saying that you cannot handle any criticism whatsoever, so you have to block out, you have to silence everyone, even your own fans. That's how pathetic Anita Sarkeesian is. To Joseph Regal, I think you should change your law, okay? Into something like, if a feminist think they know what they're talking about, then they're going to get attacked by many, many angry YouTubers. So stick around for part 2, because there's another feminist that I need to pwn. So until then, I'm the Atheist Gamer. Peace the game out!